Reeve,
Yes.
it's now time to talk Super 6.
Yeah.
And once again, I've had a rotter.
Well, football was a little bit broken, wasn't it?
Yeah, some weird results.
Yeah.
If anyone got any of them, I'd be absolutely amazed. I got 6 points.
I got 6 points. So that's what? 3 correct?
I got
Results.
City to beat Leeds.
Yeah, me too.
Correct result. Spurs Palace wrong. I've said 2-1 Bournemouth. It was 3-1 Chelsea. I predicted Wolves to lose 2-1. They won. I got Liverpool win and Arsenal win.
Oh,
I said 2-1 Arsenal.
interesting.
Yeah. What did you say for Arsenal?
I said 2-2. I thought it'd be
You didn't back your own guy.
I thought it'd be a Desmond away from home. The Spurs result I didn't get right. So,
You got the Spurs result right?
yeah, I thought they'd win.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Now, Reeve McGeevy.
Yes, mate.
There's a lot of teams going up and down in the Premier League.
Happens at the end of each season.
It does. But it's made me start to question and really think about what would be the most ideal Premier League season for me. What teams would be in the Premier League? Because there's a lot of teams right now sitting in League One who are...
Yeah, you look back and you think, they're Premier League football clubs. What are they doing down
and
there?
into Championship.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd do a little segment of the show where we decide the best Premier League set of 20 teams.
Yeah. I had a joke lined up that it would be, Celtic and Rangers, because they're always compared to how they would do in the Premier League. But unfortunately, we're just going to keep it within the English.
Mate, if you want Celtic or Rangers in your Premier League...
Yeah, but how interesting would that be?
Diabolical!
It would, wouldn't it? Imagine having one season where Celtic or Rangers were in the Premier League. Then you really would get the affirmation of how would they do in the Prem.
But it also would be the end of Scottish football.
Or the beginning.
No, it would be then. Look, Burnley and Sheffield United obviously promoted to the Premier League. You currently got Luton, Middlesbrough, Coventry and Sunderland in the playoffs. Would you like to see any of them promoted?
Oh, Borough back in the Prem.
Borough.
Yeah.
Now, I'm actually, rather than mixing teams around, I've actually done it slightly different for my Premier League all-time
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I've gone down the route of just...
Have you just picked one season from the Premier League history? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think this is serious Premier League.
Peak Premier League football is what year for you?
04-05.
When Chelsea won the league?
Yeah. It was a season after Arsenal won it.
Yeah.
But it was just, I'll tell you what, it was because I had like FIFA 2005 as like my first proper FIFA. And I just remember playing with the teams in the Prem and thinking, this is class.
Yeah.
This is actual class.
I still remember them menus.
Yeah. I have actually changed one team in it though.
Go on then. Well, list the teams because I can't remember the entire 20 off the top of my head. So you...
Okay, so that season, Southampton finished bottom, ironically, and they are this season. But I'm going to replace Southampton with Leicester City. I want to see them in the Prem.
Yeah.
I like Leicester as a Premier League club. I think
they're a Premier League winner.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they deserve to be in it.
Absolutely.
I've then gone for Norwich. Big Darren Huckabee.
This is like news to me because I can't remember the 04-05 season. Off the
Yeah,
top of my head,
I'm gonna. So my all-time favourite. If I wanted a Premier League season next year, these are the teams I'd have in it.
Go on.
Okay, I've got Leicester.
Yep.
Norwich. Palace.
Yep.
West Brom.
Yep.
Shout out Tom. RIP. Not quite. Pompey. Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Yeah.
I remember going away to Fratton Park to see Arsenal play.
Yeah.
Blackburn Rovers. Give me Morton Gamps Pedersen.
Yeah. Yes.
I've then got Newcastle. Fulham.
Okay.
Now, as an Arsenal fan, you might think, do you want them in there? I said Birmingham City.
Right.
I think growing up, they were always in the Prem.
Yeah.
Yes, they haunted Eduardo and it was, not ideal. But I think Birmingham, shout out Tom. Charlton Athletic.
Charlton, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Forgot about them.
Yeah, because Arsenal, Van Persie scoring the volleys. My
true.
first ever football match I ever went to see Arsenal play was Arsenal beating Charlton 3-0 at Highbury.
Big moments from Charlton in Premier League history.
Exactly. I've then got Villa.
Yep. Course.
Tottenham.
Yep.
Man City.
Yep.
Middlesbrough.
Yep.
Bolton. By the way, this season, Middlesbrough 7th.
How many teams are in this year?
Middlesbrough 7th, Bolton 6th.
You've not mentioned any of the big...
Hang on.
Yet.
So Bolton, Middlesbrough, Bolton, Liverpool, Everton, United, Arsenal, Chelsea. I did say Man City.
You don't have Spurs in the Premier League?
I did say Spurs.
Did you?
Yeah, mate, I'm telling you again. Here it is. Leicester, Norwich, Palace, West Brom, Portsmouth,
Well, let me count
Blackburn.
it. So it's 20.
Leicester, Norwich, Palace, West Brom, Portsmouth, Blackburn, Newcastle, Fulham, Birmingham, Charlton, Villa, Spurs, City, Middlesbrough, Bolton, Liverpool, Everton, United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Now, granted,
Ooh,
There
I've
is-
realised a few that you've missed
there's
out.
no Forest,
Okay.
which people might get angry about. There's no Leeds United,
Yeah, that's a big one.
which people might get angry about.
Yeah.
But game's a game. Get over it. That's my 20. What's yours?
My 20, obviously not including the Celtic and Rangers little joke, is Arsenal, of course. This is no particular order, by the way. I've just put teams that I thought off the top of my head. Aston Villa, Manchester City and United, of course. Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, Everton, Leeds. So I do have Leeds in
Yeah.
the Prem. West Ham, Palace, Spurs.
Oh, my God.
What?
I didn't include West Ham.
Ooh.
Now, replace Birmingham with West Ham.
Okay, they've got to go back and do that again. West Brom, Stoke, Sunderland, Leicester, Blackburn, QPR, Bolton,
QPR.
and Brighton.
I didn't have Brighton.
The reason why I've included Brighton, obviously they're not, like a massive, huge Premier League club. We consider them now, but I think the way that their
Deserve
model
a bit.
works,
Yeah.
and where they're going to go in the
No
future.
Brentford.
No, not for me. Not long enough, I don't think.
See, I went all down nostalgia tactics.
Yeah, well, you did literally pick a season from 04.
Yeah, because I
05.
loved it. That was quintessential.
Yeah.
But I would replace Birmingham with West Ham, actually,
Yeah,
because West Ham are massive.
yeah. There's some good ones in there. I included Sunderland, who I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
still consider
You could
should
actually
be a
have
Premier League club.
a
QPR.
league of 40 teams. If you just combine the Championship and the Premier League, that would be carnage.
It would be.
It
That's
is
too many games. isn't
It's
it?
mad that there are so many huge clubs that aren't in the Premier League, and
Yeah.
some are even sitting in League One.
Yes. Yeah.
It let me have a look
Yeah,
at
Bolton, when you say.
yeah,
I mean,
Bolton,
that's huge.
Campo,
Yeah.
Kevin Davies,
You see Escalainen.
Kevin Nolan.
Just list the entire squad from that scene. Yeah, fair enough.
Look, I'm looking at the League Two team.
Are there any big omissions?
From League Two?
Or in your 20 that you think probably are a Premier League team?
Well, I'm including West Ham.
Yeah, of course.
I would maybe put Brighton in because of now,
Yep.
and I'm obviously from there. And
They
all
seem
that
like a
kind of-
mainstay
yeah.
Premier League team now.
You can say the same for Brentford though. They've sort of
I don't think
they've
so.
come up and they stayed up.
They have.
I don't see them going down anytime
No,
soon. Or ever.
I agree with that. And the reason I also agree with, you could say that about Wolves
Yeah.
and possibly Southampton as well. But for me, when I think of, some of the teams back in the day, West Brom, Stoke, Blackburn, I associate them more with Premier League than,
The season before the 03, when Arsenal won the league, obviously undefeated, the bottom three that went down were Wolves, Leeds, and Leicester.
yeah. Crazy.
I mean, let me have a look at the 96-97 season when I was born. You got Derby County,
Yeah, for
the
me.
worst ever Premier League side.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of their contribution to Premier League history, you could argue it, but for me, they're not as big of a Premier League club as others.
Well, potential clubs.
Without
obviously-
trying to offend anyone,
Well, obviously, in the playoffs right now, you've got Coventry. They were in the Premier League during the Arsenal Invincible season.
Yeah.
They are pretty big. Out of the playoff teams, then, you've got Luton, Middlesbrough, Coventry, Sunderland. Who are the ones you think, A, is going to go up, or who you'd want to go up?
I would like to see one of Borough or Sunderland go up.
What?
But I think the most interesting one to go up from that four is Luton, obviously.
Man, I want Luton to
Yeah,
go
of
up,
course.
man. They're,
Well, yeah.
they're pitch side friends of ours.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. But in terms of football heritage, it's Borough or Sunderland.
No, I think more football heritage is Luton go up.
But that's that's not heritage. That's just like,
Imagine Luton Town.
yeah, with the old Kenilworth Road meme.
Underrated airport as well, man. They got great restaurants in there.
they
They got
do,
Krispy Kreme.
For how small that airport is.
It gets a lot of hate, that airport,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
true.
am a big advocate of Luton Airport.
Yeah. And the passport control when you come back is actually pretty smooth.
It is pretty smooth, man. Awful transport links, but if you drive, you're okay. It gets a bit confusing in the car park. Don't
What
get
do
me
you
wrong.
want then? I'd like to see Carrick's Borough go up, man. I think they've Chupa Akpom.
Yeah, I'd like to see
stuff
out of the four, I'd say Carricksborough because of Akpom.
Yeah.
And then if not them, Luton.
Luton's the most interesting one.
It'd be weird to see Coventry back in the Prem because they've not been there for so long.
But also you've got to remember, Sunderland in the Premier League adds a lot of fire. Newcastle thriving.
They went for
have that derby re-added.
It's bad Sunderland went down to League One and then they're potentially coming back up to the Premier League. What a yo-yo that is. That's a real wave of emotions for you Sunderland fans over there sitting in the corner.
I know we've not mentioned them yet as one that we'd like to go up out of the four, but Coventry going up when
Huge.
Leicester and Forest potentially get relegated is hilarious in terms of Midlands derbies. They've just surpassed them. It's like, okay, you've gone down.
Well, I've got some good news for you, mate.
Yep.
Because we are now over 8,500 members in the official Pitch Side Mini League. So thank you so much. We want to make a push. By the end of this season, we want to try and get 10,000 of you lot in the Pitch Side Mini League.
For sure, mate.
I think it's doable, mate.
It's doable. It's doable. The last day of the season is going to be massive.
And we are currently the biggest Super 6 league ever.
in history.
No, it's for this season. It's pretty epic. So please,
cool. That's really cool.
Join the league using the code in the description, the link in the description down below, or use the code
PTCHS6.
That's right. This week's winner. Shout out Neil Harper. He came top of the league with 18 points.
That's really impressive.
And he's won the £100
results,
classic football shirt voucher. It's pretty impressive. Very done. Well done, Neil. Super 6 will be in touch with you to arrange a prize. And
drum roll here, ladies and gentlemen.
the April monthly winner
is Donna Adderley of the league. 99 points from 8 rounds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get
that's
how...
insane.
That's absolute mental. So you've obviously got the voucher plus a tour and meet and greet at our studio.
Yay. I mean, I thought I did well with 86 points.
And there's
I
a lot
finished
of...
40th for the month, by the way. So I'm going to put my...
You finished 40th?
Finished top 40 for the entire league of the month of April, which I'm proud about. But 99 points from Donna is insane.
Do you know where I finished?
Where do you finish?
56 points. 1,408.
Not ideal.
No, it's not ideal. But anyway, Donna, Super 6 will be in touch to arrange everything. And, you know, there's quite a lot of studios around here. You can see all the fellas' studios. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there are 3 rounds left in the month of May, which means 3 more shots at winning the 250 grand jackpot. And, of course, the £100 classic football shirts voucher as well.
Exactly. You got United Wolves, you got Villa Spurs this weekend, Chelsea Forest, Southampton Fulham, Everton City, Arsenal Brighton. Which is the guaranteed 5-pointer for you, mate?
In the current form that they're in, I'm going to have to go Man City.
Away at Everton after their huge result.
Yeah, ruthless. It's a final few games running to the season where Man City just destroy everything in front of them.
It's not going to happen, man.
What's your
Everton
nailed
1-0 against
then?
City.
You think a Sean Dyche masterclass
and they will help us win the league. Arsenal 5-0 against Brighton.
Hey, I pray it happens. But what do you think is the most nailed out of those then? Possibly Man United?
Villa Spurs draw.
Okay.
1-1. Kane and Watkins to score.
Imagine.
As we said before, it is a free shot at £250,000. So you may as well get involved. There's been 3 jackpot winners so far this season for the 250, and you could be the 4th, or I could be the 4th, or Reeve could be the 4th. So follow the link in the description down below to sign up and join our Super 6 Mini League using the code
PTCHS6.